have this picture here. It is SpaceX's Starship rocket. Something you may have unconsciously noticed is that it's standing straight up, and so, it's perpendicular to the ground. And something you probably assumed or knew about this rocket is that it launched and it went upward to the point where it eventually passed the Kármán line, which is the point where once you're past that from Earth, you're considered to be in outer space. So today I'm going to be talking about a particular aspect of the launch of this rocket, or just any rocket that goes to space in general. That part of the launch is called the gravity turn. So I mentioned before how this rocket is standing straight up. Maybe you already knew this, but some might expect this rocket to continue being in this angle and go straight up in a line. Now, if you think about this, it could be considered an intuitive viewpoint. So what I have here is a virtual model of a sphere. Yes, this is the Earth. The Earth is a sphere. Gravity pulls us to the Earth's surface. So we are on Earth's surface, and above and around us is the Earth's atmosphere. Definitely something I'd expect absolutely none of you to know. So let's say we have layers above the Earth. That would be called the atmosphere. Now, to get from the surface to the board of the atmosphere, you'd think a rocket would go in a straight line because that would be the fastest route to make it to space. So, to put this in simple terms, it does not go in a straight line during the whole launch typically. So, what does it do? Good question. I'll pull up a real quick. Right, so to summarize that up, the rocket turns. Once again, this is called the gravity turn. And why does it turn? Because it's more efficient and safe. So, why is it safe? Basically, because when it's naturally being affected by gravity, the rocket isn't dealing with as much atmospheric drag, which is good because otherwise that'd lead to more intense heat, which could potentially burn up the rocket and destroy the payload, which is bad. So, why is it efficient? Because I said so. No, I'm joking, I'll explain. So in rockets, you have this thing called fuel and oxidizer. They combine or are already combined and produce thrust. This thrust that you can produce is limited. So one of the main goals here is to get that rocket up into space using as little thrust as possible for the purpose of money and for the purpose of getting it to the destination, which is typically pretty far. The gravity turn is the solution to this. Okay, yes, and I still have not explained why. I'll explain now. So, one case would be orbit. It's quite simple. Basically, to get a rocket into orbit, you don't want it going straight upward. It should be going around the planet and close to it to help with gravitational effects, therefore helping with orbit. So, it'll need some horizontal velocity, which the gravity turn would obviously provide, since it'll be angling the rocket the right way. So, say a rocket isn't planned to go into orbit. This is called direct trajectory. Is the gravity turn still necessary? Yes. Basically, when a rocket is going just vertically upward, all it's doing is just fighting with gravity. So, you may as well put gravity to use by having it naturally steer the rocket into the direction you're trying to get it to go to. Would this mean if the destination would be perfectly above the rocket, as in when it passed the Kármán line, the destination would be just like 100 feet above so that the gravity turn wouldn't be necessary? Yes, I guess, ignoring safety purposes, but the case of that is very rare to the point where you don't really need to consider that right now. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next week.